in the interim? What's it been like kind of getting through everything?
I mean, I had a tough year last year, especially the end of the year when losing my dad and the murder fight. It was a tough time for me, but I'm really fortunate to have a lot of good people surrounding me, a good support system, and after the first couple months, it was really hard, but then I started feeling a lot better, and right now I'm feeling, as far as training and fighting goes, for the best I've ever felt. Everything started clicking a couple months after that and coming together, and this camp has gone really smooth, and I just hope as long as the weight cut goes good and the fight night goes good, I should have an amazing performance.
Obviously, a lot of people, really applauded you for your effort to go ahead and take that fight. But looking back, is there any regret that maybe, how could you be at 100% that night?
It was one of those tough decisions, and I chose. It was the decision I chose was to move forward to fight. So you can't really, regret decisions I make. It's easy to look back and wish you would have done something, but it's one of the things I made the decision. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out my way.
What does it feel like now, getting back to work? Is this a good feeling to kind of put that behind you and really get back to the grind?
It's really exciting to be out there against Akiyama, back in Japan. It's super excited to start the year off right.
You talk about being back in Japan. Obviously, you do have the experience of fighting here before. Does that give you an advantage over other Americans on the card? I mean, is this a comfortable feeling to you? Has it been so long that it's kind of a new experience all over again?
A little of both. I have been here, so I think it helps a little bit. But it's this place that's been so long, it's kind of all over again. It's always it's always coming to completely foreign countries, a little strange. But it's something I've done before, so something I've handled.
You talked about the 2 losses last year. Was there ever any thought in your mind of going back to middleweight and trying that again? That maybe 170 was the issue?
Yeah, I thought about moving to middleweight. I was really heavily considering that. But I decided to stick another fight in the 70s. And right now I feel great, and I think it's the right decision.
Talk about weight being okay. How are you for weight right now?
Yeah, I think about 15 over, which is pretty standard for me. It's always tough and never fun, but I should be able to make it. Hopefully, it comes off easy and smoothly.
Do you feel any desperation in this fight more than you would in other fights?
I got a lot of pressure. You can't. You don't want to put it on your head too much. You want to go out there and relax and look at every fight individually. But yeah, right. Coming off two losses is not good in this sport. It's a tough sport. It's your good last fight, they say. So if you lose 2 in a row, it's not good. I need to go out there and put on a great performance, and I want to keep my job and get back in title contention.
What do you think about the matchup stylistically? Obviously, it seems like it could be a pretty intriguing fight, and then the grappling game.
Yeah, I think he's a phenomenal judo guy. One of the best in the world, and a good boxer. It's an interesting fight. He's coming off a couple losses as well, but I think he's a really tough opponent. So I'm excited for a great fight.
When you look at his losses, a lot of people, you're talking about being at crossroads. A lot of people feel like he's at a crossroads too. I'm sure you've followed his career for a long time. What do you think the difference is right now?
I think it's I don't know. He's had some really tough fights, some good fighters, and got caught by Vitor. So I still think he's relevant. But I hear it's probably his last fight too. So I'm expecting him to show up at his best and want to put on a great performance in Japan. But this is my time to shine. I really jump back on the track. So I want to go out there and pull away.
Any idea what it might take for you to get back into a title contention? I mean, are you already thinking about that, or is this more like, hey, let's step back and rebuild?
One fight at a time, of course. But I'd love to get back in there, especially with Condon being the champ now, having someone I've beaten before, and him having a controversial win over Nick. That's someone I'd love a crack at. So you never really know. I think my weight is so shooken up right now. You really never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're right about that. There's a lot of mix-up right now. So you think there's potential? I mean, you make a statement here, maybe you can get in that.
Really, I had no intentions of looking at a title shot. But with Condon jumping in, coming to the title, I think it just changes things up. I think it could be anyone's shot. If I put on a great performance, the way things are so shooken up, you never do know. Someone I've beat before, it's a story. You got that. I think Nick beat him personally, and I know Condon was asked to fight me last year. Ultimately, it's Dana and Lorenzo's decision, but I really think they could throw anyone out there right now.